All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we have a Dallas Mavericks video for you. Now, I'm without words. I truly am without words. This man, Luka Doncic, not only did he make history tonight for just most playoff points in his first 11 games, this man is he's not human. He's just simply not human. He's playing injured, goes for 40 points again, and the win on the road when it matters the most. Yeah, games 1, games 2, games 3, game 4. Games 1 through 4, they're important. They are important. But as you've seen, the Dallas Mavericks, they won the first 2 games, right? Clippers won the last 2. Momentum completely shifted 100. It did a complete 180 flip from the Mavericks might sweep this to, wow, the Clippers, they figured it out. And I got to give credit where credit is due. The Dallas Mavericks, the role players, they stepped up tonight. Kristaps Porzingis had a very poor game, in my opinion. He did not shoot the ball really at all. Shooting percentages were totally solid. When he did shoot the ball, I was happy because I'm like, he's shooting the ball pretty good tonight. But just single-digit shot attempts for a 7'3" guy who's getting paid what he gets paid. He's 20 points per game, 9 rebounds per game on the season, had a horrible playoff series up until today. I would say maybe game 2 when he dropped 20 was good. But another important thing is he had more than 6 rebounds tonight. The reason that's so crucial is just because, like I said, KP averaged 9 rebounds per game the entire regular season. The most he had through games 1 through 4 was 4 rebounds. That just can't happen. But looking at the Dallas Mavericks as a whole tonight, Boban got the start. His plus-minus was off. I think he was the only starter in the negative. But I really liked his presence. I'm curious what Mavs fans have to say about Boban being in the starting lineup. I know it was negative in the plus-minus, but I really think his impact was huge. And I think him starting this game, although it took the Mavericks a couple of possessions to kind of figure out how to run this offense tonight, it really worked out to their favor. I mean, Rajon Rondo, for example, in the first half missed at least two easy layups just because of Boban's presence. I mean, anytime you have a 7'4" dude in the paint, I mean, he's gonna have a presence. So, but speaking of which, I mean, Kristaps had a huge 3 late in the game. I think there was about 2:20, 2:10, something like that left in the game. It brought him to a 10-point lead. Wasn't really the dagger, but I mean, that was a huge shot. Tim Hardaway Jr., if you guys watch my videos, also, if you're not subscribed, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I do this every day, talking Mavericks, talking NBA, doing a whole shebang. But Tim Hardaway Jr., man, I've been saying this in my past videos I've been making all week. He needs the ball in his hands more. He is not getting enough touches. Even last game, game 4, he didn't get enough touches. He shot the ball live. He had 14 shot attempts, but it's still it just wasn't in his hands enough. And when you have a guy like Luka Doncic, just a floor general, he controls so much just pressure that if Luka isn't on, he needs his role players to step up. And Tim Hardaway Jr., he did not have a good shooting night tonight, but he made shots when it matters. I mean, even go back to game 2, first play of that series, or first play of that game was a Tim Hardaway pick and roll. So the more Tim Hardaway Jr. has the ball in his hands, I love it. I just absolutely love it. All the starters did a very good job tonight, especially on defense. Now, the Clippers made some good shots, man. They really did. They made some great shots, especially late, some clutch shots, but it just wasn't clutch enough. I'm sure Mavericks fans were sweating at a couple points in the fourth quarter, but for the most part, Mavericks controlled this game. They really did. They had single-digit turnovers compared to double-digit turnovers on the Clippers. They were not careless with the ball tonight. Luka made shots. He made the proper passes. 40, anytime you go for 40-plus in a normal regular season game, it's eye-opening, let alone game 5 of the playoffs. It's just absolutely crazy. This man is not human. And up until the final seconds, maybe the last minute, let's say the last minute, it was just Mavericks were controlling it, man. They were making their shots. The role players were hitting their shots. They were shooting 40% from deep at that point in the game, and that is exactly what they needed. I've been making videos about this saying, if the Mavericks aren't going to shoot the ball well, if they're not going to make their shots, they're not going to win this series. The reason they won game 1 and 2 is because Luka Doncic, first off, but second off, they shot unbelievably well, and that is exactly what they need to do to beat this Clippers team. We'll see what happens in game 6, because I know the Mavericks are like somehow one of the best teams on the road. It's pretty, that sounds kind of rude. What I meant to say is somehow they're just like way better on the road than they are at home. So we'll see what happens in game 6. They'll try and take it over. But man, what a series this has been. What an absolute series this has been. Reggie Jackson, Paul George, they all stepped up. I like Batum in the starting lineup on the Clippers side, but man, Luka Doncic is truly a playoff cheat code. So this game, man, it was a nail biter at the end. It really was, but they got it done, man. Hit that like button, hit that sub button. We'll see you guys later.